Forget everything you think you know about Supergirl. This version is dark, torn, and full of anger, yet more human than ever before. With Kryptonian powers, cosmic loneliness, and a heroine at rock bottom, the new DCU is taking a bold step. Because if the creators are to be believed, this movie will be nothing like what you expect. When James Gunn announced the new face of Supergirl via Instagram, the DC fan community immediately took notice. Milly Alcock, who previously caused a sensation in the HBO series House of the Dragon, is now set to portray Supergirl in the DCU. The decision was made after an intense casting process, in which she prevailed over top-class competitors like Amelia Jones and Meg Donnelly. Alcock is taking on a difficult legacy. The best-known Supergirl actress is probably still Melissa Benoist, who played the role for many years in the TV series of the same name. Many moviegoers will certainly have fond memories of Sasha Calle as well. She delivered an impressive performance in The Flash. Many had assumed that she would continue the role in the new DCU, but James Gunn and his team made a conscious decision to start afresh. Supergirl was no longer meant to be just the, quote, female version of Superman, but was to be reimagined as an independent character with her own story and greater depth. Gunn himself describes his interpretation of Supergirl as significantly darker, more emotional, and more complex. While Kal-El was raised on Earth by loving parents, Kara had to helplessly watch her world be obliterated and her family perish. This traumatic experience becomes a central element of her character development in the film. It's about loss, anger, grief, and also about self-discovery, responsibility, and the question, who is Kara without her famous cousin Superman? It is striking that Alcock was not only convincing as an actress, but was also surprisingly well received by the community. Numerous fan arts, reactions, and speculations circulated following the announcement. It seems that many see in her exactly the exciting new talent the character needs for a new generation. Her previous portrayals of complex, internally conflicted characters make her the ideal choice for this new, more mature version of Supergirl. The initial title of the film, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, refers directly to the comic book series of the same name by Tom King, which was published between 2021 and 2022. Illustrated by Bilquis Evely and colored by Matt Lopez, it is regarded as one of the best Supergirl stories of all time by critics and fans alike, and quite rightly so. In 8 issues, Woman of Tomorrow tells the story of a Kara who struggles with herself. We meet her in a bar somewhere on the edge of the universe, without a yellow sun, without her full powers. She drinks, she swears, and she wants to be alone. Everything inside her cries out for peace and oblivion. The loss of Krypton, the realization that her former purpose in life, namely to protect Superman, has long since become obsolete, weighs heavily on her. But then Ruthie enters the picture, a young girl who wants revenge for the murder of her father, and she chooses Kara of all people to help her. Driven by anger, pain, and an almost naive determination, Ruthie forces Supergirl to face up to her responsibilities. Together, they travel across the galaxy and find themselves in ever new moral dilemmas. Along the way, Kara is confronted with the question of what it truly means to be a heroine. Tom King tells a story about trauma, responsibility, loss, and redemption. Kara is not portrayed as a perfect icon, but as a flawed, broken character who must learn to forgive herself. And that is precisely what makes Woman of Tomorrow so special. It is a profound, almost philosophical work, without any of the usual superhero cliches. What's also interesting is how the comic works visually. The illustrations by Bilquis Evely are detailed, emotional, and often downright poetic. Each page feels like a small work of art that captures the moods of Kara and Ruthie. The visual language will likely play a major role in the film adaptation as well. There is already speculation that certain panels might serve directly as visual templates for key scenes. In the past, Supergirl has often found it difficult to break free from the shadow of her famous cousin. With Woman of Tomorrow, Kara finally gets the narrative she deserves. The story is ideal for winning over longtime skeptics and attracting new fans. It offers newcomers a clear narrative structure, focuses on a few but strong characters, and dispenses with complicated multiverse elements or cross-references. At the same time, it provides diehard fans with a profound and respectful reinterpretation of the heroine. Particularly exciting, the story plays with classic Western motifs. The question of vengeance, the mismatched duo, the journey through a hostile land, all of it is strongly reminiscent of movies such as True Grit or Logan. Tom King had even originally planned to include Lobo in the story as a cynical bounty hunter alongside a desperate Kara. Although this idea didn't make it into the comic, it's becoming relevant again for the movie. More on that in a moment. The fact that James Gunn is focusing on quality both in front of and behind the camera for his new DCU line is also evident in the team behind Supergirl. The director is Craig Gillespie, who has made a name for himself with films such as I, Tonya and Cruella. Gillespie is known for his ability to portray complex, edgy female characters, a perfect choice for a project like this. The screenplay is written by Ana Nogueira, who will also be responsible for the planned Teen Titans film. Nogueira has a background in both theater and film and brings a keen sense for dialogue and character development. In interviews, she also emphasized how important it was for her to write Kara as a multidimensional character who doesn't have to hide her emotions. In addition to Milly Alcock, we can look forward to other well-known actors on the big screen. Belgian actor Matthias Schoenaerts will appear as Krem of the Yellow Hills, a merciless antagonist who also plays a central role in the original comics. Krem killed Ruthie's father and never misses an opportunity to provoke and torment Supergirl. Schoenaerts brings the required intensity to give this role the right level of menace. A particular surprise is the casting of Jason Momoa as the intergalactic bounty hunter Lobo. The actor, known from Aquaman, has already stated in interviews back in 2023 that he thought the role of the anarchic anti-hero to be a perfect fit. The fact that he is now actually becoming the DCU's Lobo is likely to be a highlight for many fans. The cast is completed by David Krumholtz and Emily Beecham as Supergirl's parents, as well as young Eve Ridley as Ruthie. Filming began immediately after James Gunn's Superman movie, where Milly Alcock had already been spotted on set. The film has since wrapped and is now in post-production. That's a good sign. There's still about a year to go before release, meaning the effects won't be rushed. This has often been a point of criticism for rival studio Marvel in recent times. James Gunn stressed in an interview that he wanted to avoid that mistake. After all, quality takes time. That applies both to the script before filming starts and to the post-production process. With Supergirl, the new DCU is bringing in a character that aims to be far more complex than before. Milly Alcock theoretically brings everything this new Kara needs, a mix of vulnerability, defiance, and quiet anger. In these times of generic superhero content, we are hoping for a breath of fresh air, without CGI overload or multiverse overkill. And if the DCU wants to succeed, this movie has to deliver. According to James Gunn, Superman, Supergirl, Batman, and Wonder Woman are meant to be the cornerstones of the entire franchise. The movie is scheduled to hit theaters on June 26, 2026. What do you think? Does the story of the Supergirl movie appeal to you? Do you feel it's the right decision to show the character in such a darker light? And is Milly Alcock the right choice for the role? We are looking forward to reading your comments. And please, don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed our little preview.